welcome on in. My name is PJ. This is a raid challenge video. Today's video we're going to be going over the new fusion calendar, the fragment summon for Kroz Wallbreaker. Let's get right to it. So he has 130 up for grabs, but it's really 110 because we got the tournament leaderboards 20. You see here 10, here 10. You got to come first or second. Most people are not going to do that, so we're not going to factor those in. So there's 110 up for grabs. You need 100 total. How are you going to do that? So it starts off pretty easy. Luckily, they started the Fire Knight and the Gear Hunters at the same time. Usually they'll start one a day before the others. You have to wait a little bit, but here no waiting needed, which is amazing. So you want to overlap the Fire Knight and the Gear Hunters. It's gonna be kind of hard for most people to do champ training in Fire Knight, which is fine. You can do the champion training after to finish up the Gear Hunters, because you're gonna need more than just this Fire Knight to finish the Gear Hunters. You probably need to do maybe some Spider with champion training, or you can do campaign. Get your monthly campaign battles. Those like 500 a month is ridiculous, so you can try to do those while leveling up some food and also doing the Gear Hunters. So these overlap very nicely. Then it comes to the Summon Rush 15. So you're gonna have to do most likely you're gonna have to do both of the summon events. But you don't have to do all of both, so they're going to be most likely broken up into 5 and 10 for both of these. So you can get both 15 and then get 5 and skip the 10, or you can get 5 here, skip the 10 and go for all the 15 here. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. Hold up guys, now is the perfect time to click on my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 4 more insane free epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Step 1, log out of player and play on PC and uninstall. Step 2, click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3, launch raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4, go to the inbox and claim your first champion. Don't miss out on your chance to get a free Karato after signing up, as well as Uugo, Rector Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. So click on my link right now and let's crush this together. But the summon rush is going to be here. Try to use sacreds. Ideally, it's the easiest way. Probably going to be 6 sacreds maybe. I'd say probably around 6, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less for the fragments. So we'll see what it is. The Summon Rush, the progressive event for the Summon Rush is kind of meh personally. So that might sway me to pull or not pull depending on how many points it is. Maybe I'll just get the 5 and then go all in here. But usually I generally like doing more of the Summon Rush and then trying to skip the champion chase. But we'll talk about this here. It's an interesting champion chase, but we'll get that there in a second. So let's go to, we got the Gear Hunter, or the Gear Enhancement, also starting with the Summon Rush on Friday. Looking at usually 15 million silver. You're going to have 3 Gear Enhancements, Gear Enhancement 1, Gear Enhancement 2, Gear Enhancement 3. Both of them going to be roughly 15 million. You can get silver while you're doing the other tournaments and events, so it shouldn't be too bad, especially with them removing the gear cost to swap gear. You should be able to save silver quite easily. It's still tough, but it should be a little bit easier than it was before. Then we come to Saturday. We got the Classic Arena. Pretty easy. Hit the easy defenses, do the one-person defenses. Not too bad. Then we have the Dragon. Sadly, the Dragon doesn't really overlap with the first Gear Enhancement, or sorry, the first Gear Hunters. So you're gonna really just have to do the Fire Knight and then, like I said, campaign or maybe Spider to get some silver up for the future Gear Enhancement if you're low on that. Dragon, you can definitely overlap with the second Gear Hunters though, so you should be able to wait a day. Do not start the Dragon right away. Wait a little bit to overlap with the second one, which should be easy. That leads into the second Gear Enhancement. 15 million silver, shouldn't be too bad. Comes to the champion training. It looks like the Dragon and the champion training don't really overlap that much. Sadly, it would have been really nice to get some of that together, because a lot of people can do champion training and Dragon together. If it does overlap a little bit, you can try, but if it doesn't overlap, then you can't, unfortunate. But you can do some champion training in Ice Golem, which should be nice, help with that. Also, you can do, like I said, the campaign, Spider. Spider is going to be here. It doesn't really look like it's going to overlap, which stinks, but it will overlap with the Gear Enhancement. Sadly, I don't think you're going to be doing too much double dipping here. This calendar doesn't really look like there's too much like triple dipping. Sadly, there's a lot of double dipping, but not much triple dipping, which kind of stinks. We got the Ice Golem champion training. This champion chase, this is the interesting one. 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess 4.5 depending. 4-day champion chase. Very interesting. Usually it's 3 days. Is it going to be a special one? Is it going to be primals? It is Black Friday around this time, so it's going to be something to do with Black Friday. It's going to be a 2x on every shard. It's going to be 2x mythical primals. It's going to be 2x primals with no mythicals. Like, I don't know, this is very interesting to me on why it's 4 days. That's quite unusual. So it makes me a little bit nervous that maybe it's going to be really good that I'm going to want to pull for. So maybe it's more reason to not complete the summon rush, just get the 5 and go all in on the champion chase. I do have some remnants saved up. I do have Raphael, some other fragments saved up, so I can use those to help with the champion chase. I have some broad mods, so you can do that to help yourself as well with the champion chase. But I don't know, this is very intriguing that it's a 4-day versus like the 3-day that's usually. So not sure about this one. Then we have the classic arena, easy, do your 1 person, do the easy teams. Then we got a spider, which like I said earlier, doesn't really overlap with the champion training, but overlaps very nicely with the gear hunter number 3. So the gear hunter number 3 will be easy for you to complete. You got the ice golem and the spider to overlap, so that should do pretty much all of the gear hunters. The gear hunter number 2 is going to be, I feel like, a little bit tougher, and the gear hunter number 1's gonna be a little bit tougher because you just have the one thing that overlaps. So you're gonna most likely have to do extra in either spider, most likely spider, maybe campaign, but you're gonna need some other ways of getting points for these other ones. You're gonna need more than just the Fire Night tournament to complete, which kind of stinks. But overall, looks pretty straightforward. This is like the big question mark. The 4-day champion chase. What is it gonna be? Is it gonna be good? Is it not gonna be good? I do not know. Like I said, I'm debating. We'll have to see how easy the summon rush is on if it's worth it or not. If it's really easy, you can always get the 15 and then skip something else. You can, if you have a lot of shards, granted, I'm sure no one has that many shards just because everyone's resource drained from Leo and the TMNT, but if for some reason you do have a lot of shards, you can definitely skip something else. You can skip a gear hunters, 2 gear hunters, you could skip a champion training. So there is other things to skip if you do want to pull and don't have a lot of resources in other areas. So just really account depending. With that being said, let me know what you guys think. If you guys are going for this fusion, if you're not going for this fusion, I think a lot of people probably going to skip, and it's definitely understandable. I'm personally going to be going for him. I like going for every fusion, especially if I have the resources, and I think he's going to be really helpful. At least I'm hoping he's going to be really helpful for hard mode faction wars. Ogren is really tricky, a lot of the stages, and I just need more damage overall, so I think he's going to be good there. If you don't have combos, you don't have Nishak. This dude could be good for you. He's a little bit better than the other bombers. I would say a little bit less than Nishak. But I also feel like he, from the test server stuff I saw, I feel like he's a little bugged or broken out. I feel like the A2 wasn't necessarily working quite as it was supposed to be or intended. So I don't know, we'll see if they talk about that or do anything about it, or maybe he's working as intended. Of course, he's a player and everything's working as intended. Of course. Let me know in the comments. Do not forget to hit that like, hit that sub button, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.